Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know I said I'd be making videos, but I was going through my own ascension period, my own spiritual awakening, and I had to navigate through it, as well as working with clients around the globe that are going through their own ascension and others that are also just dealing with simple life challenges and helping them navigate their life, be it with labeled disorders, dealing with narcissistic beings, dealing with childhood wounds, triggers. So, sorry. But in this video today, I just wanted to explain how I became a self-healer and why I became a self-healer. So, growing up, I experienced a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, and I was always feeling left out. And so I decided to study psychology and find out why people behave the way they behave because of what I experienced in my childhood. Like I said, I experienced a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma from family members, people that were meant to love me, protect me. And I started doing that, seeing psychologists, seeing people that I thought could help me, psychiatrists, being labeled with depression and anxiety, like being given pills. And to be honest, it didn't help me. But I did the same thing before my spiritual awakening. I used to give labels on disorders, prescribe medicine. And the truth is, I discovered that didn't help. I saw a therapist for like 8 years, okay? Until I saw a post on Facebook about a man named Benji Shera, okay, sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, but an amazing coach, okay, and he has an 8-week course, and I called him, he put a post about getting a free call. Long story short, got in touch with him, he got in touch with me, he offered me this course, and let me tell you, it came in divine timing. I started healing myself through his course and Benji Shira, I think it is. So anyway, I started healing myself, and it triggered a spiritual awakening, which was really good for me organically, by the way, without taking any DMT, and not judging anyone who has. But for me, it was the most amazing. And this course was, so when it triggered my spiritual awakening, it was such an eye-opener for me and it was so amazing because while I was doing this course, I started loving myself, being happy. I came off all antidepressants myself, and I understood things the way they were, not the way I thought they were. Okay, those who resonate with this, who have been through a spiritual awakening, will understand what I mean, or who are going through it. And it can seem very overwhelming and very scary, guys, but I want you to know that you are supported truly, in truth, guided, and the universe, God, Jesus, whoever God is to you, is truly looking out for us. Like, our spirit guides are really there, and I know this because I felt it during my ascension, during my spiritual awakening, during my dark night of the soul, which can last for years, right? It can, and it can last, like, it will come and go, but it won't always be as intense as the first time. So I met this guy, twin flame, okay, who mirrored me, and I got sucked into that, and I was in love, joy, bliss, feeling held, validated, everything by this person. And I felt him start to pull away, and this is what triggered my spiritual awakening. But thank God I was already doing this course, this shadow work course. So it helped me in the sense that it helped me realize that, wow, it really is life-saving tools, because it's what got me through my spiritual awakening. And of course, my coach, Benji Shira, and he helped me navigate, and watching Victor Odom's videos, And after that, like, yeah, I just felt so lost. Like, who's gonna love me the way he did? Those who have experienced this twin flame dynamic know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I mean, gosh, you just become obsessed. It's like kind of an obsessive love. Obsession is good. I guess it was needed because he showed me where I needed to heal, right? At the time, I didn't understand this. I was judging him, hating and loving him, and oh my gosh, so many emotions at one time. But what happened is, it's like I woke up one day and my world was literally upside down. So that's number one in the ascension and spiritual awakening that I experienced, right? And literally, it felt like my world was upside down. I saw my truth. It felt like I was put in a corner, and I saw the truth of everyone. I also came across Christina Lopez's video, and and also I've been following Master Sri Krishna for years, and I love him. I find that he helps me a lot on videos too, because those are my mentors. So I just hope, and I made this video with the intention that it will help someone that's experiencing a spiritual awakening right now. So what I'm going to tell you is what I discovered and how it was for me when I met my twin flame, and I started loving myself, and he became a runner. So when I felt him pulling away, literally you feel like the rug is being swept away from you, because you've never felt this love before in your life, especially people who have been through trauma. And it was the most terrifying feeling for me at the time. I felt like, oh my God, how am I going to cope without him? The tools I learned on this self-healing course, the shadow work, oh my gosh, they came into play. I went back to my old pictures. I started looking. I started loving myself, holding myself through it. As Christina Lopez says, your soul knows what it's doing. And I just kept telling myself, my soul knows what it's doing, and thank God I had Benji to guide me through it. I had Victor Odom's videos and all these videos I found on YouTube. And that's why I just felt really guided to make this video. So sorry. So number one was seeing everything for what it is, seeing the words that were thrown at me, the perceptions, the lies of other people's projections thrown on me, and realizing that's not who I was. That's not who I am. I am love. I am whole and I am complete. I really am. And it was never my fault. It was all just karmic bonds and soul ties and trauma passed down. So I saw my truth, everyone else's truth, like the people in my family, the people I've judged, I've hated, loved, and, blamed, shamed because of what I went through in my childhood, right? And I'm not blaming myself. I had every right to feel the way I felt. But because I didn't know, I didn't see their truth. But when I did, it was a different story. Like, I basically saw the truth through their eyes. I saw what they went through in their childhood. It's very intense to explain, but basically that was it for me. I basically saw the truth that I didn't understand. My pineal gland, third eye, was open, and which is amazing. It's a gift, guys. It's very intense. It feels overwhelming. It feels heavy. And I felt so much pain and so much empathy towards the people that hurt me that my anger went away, and the tools that I understood. And I felt so much forgiveness, so much love. But unfortunately, I started calling everyone and telling them, look, I know why you feel that. Because, when I was going through, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I thought it was happening to everyone. So I was like, I forgive you. It's okay. And I was looking crazy. People were labeling me crazy because it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. Okay, it's not a normal experience. I mean, it's an experience that's a miracle. It's a miraculous experience. It doesn't happen to everyone. So if it's happening to you right now, be grateful for it. Okay, and then number two is the remembering. Well, it's part of part one, to remembering who you really are. You're born spirit, you're born clean, you're born whole, and you might have acted out because of the words. Remember, words are really powerful. They're like curses, right? So that's why when you speak negative to somebody, it always comes back to you, because Because even though I was a child and these things happened, I was a victim as a child, okay? So even though the words I said in my adulthood growing up came back to me, I felt them being thrown at me, like my truth. So it's like, it's very easy to judge others and label them and call them out, but when it's your own truth, where do you turn, right? You can't turn anywhere. You're going to look up, look somewhere, look at something bigger than you. You're going to look to God, you're going to look to your spirit guides, you know? And for me, these ascension tools really help me. So that's why when we talk about learning these tools, guys, my main point of this video is to understand these tools is so important, because the day it hits you, maybe you've never gone on this ascension journey, you might feel lost, but thank heavens that there's YouTube videos for this, and there's people like us that are here to guide, because subconsciously you've believed you're a failure, right? So even though you kind of know you aren't, those words are there. So when you experience a spiritual awakening, that's as Master Shri Akashan always says, there's a difference with assuming and knowing. Now you know that you ain't no failure. Now you know you really are guided. Now you know you really are chosen, okay? And it's an amazing experience if you look at it in that light. Like Victor Odom's video when he said, like, it's leaving. Really, all that negative energy, those karmic bonds, those soul ties, it's leaving. So yes, the twin flame journey, maybe if you're not meant to be with them in this lifetime, you'll be with them in the next, if you choose to be. That's in my experience. If you choose to incarnate here again, if you choose to be with them, that's what I think, or wait for them. There's people to guide you, me, all of us, okay? Look for help, guys. Don't feel alone, because I got to a point where I felt really afraid. I felt really scared. It really is a great big purge. It really is, because it's like all of that is leaving you. All the lies, all the things you thought you were. If you were called dumb growing up, you have that cognitive dissonance within your soul, within your body, knowing, because your gut, your heart, and your logic are not in alignment. They're not vibrating at the same frequency. So a part of you knows that isn't true, but you kind of act it out because it's stuck in your subconscious mind, because words do become things. And when you're a child and you keep being told that you're not good enough, you start to believe it and subconsciously start acting it out, where you keep failing because subconsciously. And then you just start understanding things on a different light. But of course, during the time, it feels so heavy. It feels so horrible. Like, to put it lightly, it feels like, why me? Why is God against me? Why is the universe against me? Why is everything going wrong? And truly, everything just starts going wrong, because that's how we feel inside. And there's that separation period, right? That's probably part 3, 4. But yeah, it's like at some point the separation comes in, because the truth is, you've got to experience this on your own. It's like this battle is between you and God, not God. God's never in a battle with you or your spirit guides, but you have to be alone in order to find yourself, to find your ground, to ground yourself, to hear your voice and not other people's voice. It's a time to purge all those energies that were never yours in the first place. Again, this video is with my intention to help others that might be experiencing this, because I know I'm also going through my own dark night again with the Cancer energy around. It's a bit heavy for me, but now it's not as intense as it was the first spiritual awakening I had, which was this year, February. And thank God that it happened. I'm grateful for it, because I chose it in a way. And it's a blessing. It really is, even though it might not feel like it now. But I'm grateful that now I'm able to navigate through what I'm growing through, because I'm able to look at myself and say, you know what, Claudia, where do you need healing right now? Where is it that you need to shift? Which energy is stuck? like which part is stuck, and then I'll do yoga, do breath work, put my left palm on my heart, my right palm over my left. Breathe in, breathe out, clear my mind. Do this about 3 times. Get grounded, journal out my thoughts, do my inner child healing. There's so many tools, guys, that I do teach as well. I'm going to leave my links at the bottom. You're welcome to join my course. I offer Zoom meetings once a week because I understand how challenging this journey can be, and going through it myself with my own twin flame experience. When you get stuck in the podium of love and you can't actually, you're stuck there, and you like go down to shame, guilt, apathy, then you go back to love. It can be so intense. But what I've realized that's helped me is truly learning to detach from the outcome of whether am I gonna get my twin flame back, is my twin flame gonna love me, because I'll be honest, like the first time I was like doing hypnosis, meditations, affirmations, my twin flame loves me, I love him, but then the truth is I was staying stuck and I wasn't growing because I was so focused on someone else, right? Outer experience, like I'll only be happy when he comes back, I'll only be happy, and that's where your ego gets in the way, and we get in our own way of our own ascension, shifting to the 5D from the 3D. We get stuck in fear, guilt, and I'd get frustrated if I'd be like affirming for a whole month, 2 months, and he still hasn't shown up. And I'd be like, damn universe, spirit guides, where are you? Like, why isn't this working yet? And then, you just gotta like realize that that's control. Trying to control others, try to control the outcome, try to control your life. Like the truth is, we can only control ourselves, the way we respond and the way we act. And yeah, when you're just trying to force things, it never works, right? And that was my pattern that had to die. Always trying to be in control of circumstances, things, because, with my traumatic experience, I became codependent. I became a person that always needed validation and things like that. But thank the universe, all those patterns died because it was so heavy on its own. So purging all of this. And remember, not everyone's ascension and spiritual awakening and dark night of the soul is going to be the same experience, because the more trauma you go through, the harder it is, kind of, it will seem, because you've got more to release, but it's still not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, the harder it can be, depending on who you are, right? Like for others, they get through it faster, but again, it's not a race. I had to remind myself, be patient, Claudia, this too shall pass, things like that, listening to cry on, and listening and understanding that the truth about spirituality, who we are and why we're here, and our journey and our life path. And oh my gosh, like I changed so much in the sense that I realized that my calling wasn't to be labeling and prescribing medicine, because the truth is that is a band-aid for me. It doesn't help, and no disrespect to others that aren't, and I'm not saying medicine is a bad thing either. It's a tool, okay? As Benji taught me, it is a tool, and I've seen it for myself. I experienced it. It's not a cure, it's a tool. And so if you need something to help you get through it, that's okay, but just know it's just to help you, right? The truth is, we've got to do our healing modalities. We've got to help ourselves and get out of our own way, recognize our patterns and work on them with patience, with kindness, with holding ourselves. I love you and I am beautiful. I look in the mirror and I tell myself, I love you, Claudia. You're amazing. You're a good person, and you can start with you before saying I, because, when you're not used to that, it will be like I, the brain will feel a bit of, like you're lying to yourself, because it can feel that way, because it's a different thing. You're changing the negative pathways into positive ones, right? So you can start with you are while looking at yourself in the mirror, and then move to I am. So yeah, guys, so that's just a bit of like about my experience with the awakening. I'll put another video up about symptoms, and if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Like, write down your symptoms you're experiencing, and I'll explain the ones I faced in the next video, because I'm gonna end here, because yeah, I just, you know, and this is just, I hope this helps everyone or anyone that's experiencing this. And I'm sending out love and light and blessings. And you're free to contact me. You're free to email me. You can find me on my Facebook page, on my Instagram. And you're welcome to join my course. And yeah, and I would really be happy to help anyone experiencing this, because I know what it's like, guys. I got you. Love and light. Namaste. Bye.